Hello guys, this is Becca, and I am here to share with you, I guess you could say it's new, or new to me, but then again it's not new to me. The name and the concept that they tell you about is new to me, but it's really something that I've been doing for a while, since I was a kid. If you have followed me very long, you've heard me talk about how, when I was a kid, how I would make just scribble the letter 8 on a piece of paper and then go back and color in all the closed-in sections of that letter 8. And I just did that as a pastime because I enjoyed doing it. There was times that as a kid, I would play like I was sick. I would tell my mama I was sick. Didn't feel like going to school, and Mama was such a good mama. She knew that I wasn't sick. I mean, you know your kids. And she knew I wasn't sick, but she liked for us to be at home, she said. So, every now and then, she would tell me, okay, if you're too sick to go to school, then you're too sick to play. So you're going to have to go get in the bed and stay in the bed until school's over. So, but she always allowed us to have books and coloring books and colors in the bed. You know, we couldn't have toys, but we could have books or coloring books or something like that. So, that was fine with me. I'd go to bed, go get back in the bed, and get out my coloring books and colors and my notebook and pencils, and I'd sit up there in the bed and I'd have me a good color day. And I got out of going to school and had fun in the process. I know, I was bad. Mama was bad. She was a bad, good mama. letting me skip school like that just because I said I didn't feel good. But then when the school bus passed in the afternoon, I could get up out of the bed. But I had fun all day sitting in my bed. And I would just take my notebook and I would take a pencil and I would just, I didn't stay in just one place. I just made the letter 8 until I filled up that page. Then I would take my colors and I would lay them out and I would rotate my colors. I would take one and color section and put it over here, and take this one and color section, and I just rotated my colors until I got that whole page colored. I don't know, I just enjoyed doing that. So, just the past, I'm going to say the past month, I have found out about an art that is also a therapy, which, most all of our hobbies and arts are therapy. I collect reborn dolls, and to me that is a therapy. When I'm feeling just really stressed and really down, I can pick up one of those dolls and hold it like it's a real baby, sit and rock it, and it's just a soothing sensation. It just helps me. And so really all of our art, coloring is a stress relief, diamond painting, anything like that is really a therapy. So don't let it scare you that it's called a therapy or that the name of it is called Neurographic Art. Okay? It's something that they put that name to it, and I'm going to tell you why. But I got this book. I'm actually thinking it came in a pack of scrapbook supplies that Miss Kathy Girl 42 gave me years ago. I've had it quite a long time. It's just a blank journal type book. Long, but I'm going to use it this way. So this is what I did this morning. Now, the art that I did years ago and did not know, although I didn't do some of the techniques that they talk about in it, is really very similar to what I used to do as a kid, but it's called Neurographic Art. So I did my title page today. I wrote out the name, Neurographic Art, and I did it kind of arty-like. Then over here I wrote, this book belongs to Becca Buckley. And then I put the YouTube channel name of the person that I watched, so I could remember anytime I'm telling someone, which I will have her link in the description, but it's Karen Tamir, Tamir. I may not be saying that right. This here is similar to what they're talking about, except for that you're supposed to have lines coming out, but you're not supposed to have any blunt line, abert, however you say that word, ending lines. Either your line is supposed to go off the page or it's supposed to have a swirl to it. You're not supposed to just draw a line and leave it like this line right here. I didn't put a curl on the end of it, and it doesn't go to the end of the page. In Neurographic Art, you're not supposed to stop abruptly, however you say that word. So I just did this as my cover page, and this is just a sample, because I didn't want lines going everywhere and it being my title page. Okay, so this is what I did last night. And you see how these lines go on off the page. They go off the page. Now, I couldn't do it up here. Well, I could have, I guess, but I didn't. I may add to it. I'm not finished with this page, but this is the beginning of my page. I wanted to go ahead and show you what they talk about. And they say to take you which they use the Sharpie marker, so that's what I'm using. And for you to just draw a line, any shape. You don't want just a straight line. You want any, it can be just curving, it can be swirls, but it starts at the edge of the page and it's got to go off the page somewhere. But they tell you just to draw a line for 3 seconds. So I'm going to do that. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Okay, so there's you a line. It started at the edge of the page and it went off the edge of the page. Now you can add to this any way you want to. Say you want to draw, let's draw this. You can draw any shape on here. And you don't have to use an object. You can just draw it, freehand it. Okay, let's use the baby bottle. You want lines crossing. You don't want just an object out here by itself. It's got to be crossing somewhere. Okay. Let's do this. Like I said, you don't have to use objects. You can just draw any line. If you like circles better, you could just draw circles. Or if you just want to add more lines, which I'm going to do. Alright, there's me some different shapes. But I'm also going to go where I see that there's blank places. I'm going to use the edge. I'm going to go ahead and go to the edge on this one. And I'm just going to draw me some lines and fill up these places that I feel like just need some more lines. let's see, let's go right. Any shape, any way you want to do it. Now, the main important thing that they tell you to do is to not have any sharp points. Now, what that means, anywhere a line connects, like these two lines connect, and you see that's kind of like a sharp point right there. You need to round off that. Everywhere a line connects, you need to round it off, okay, and color it in so there's no sharp points. You don't want any jagged lines. If it makes your lines thicker, that's fine. But you don't want any sharp points. You don't want any jagged ending lines. Okay, you see how that kind of rounded out those sections there? Okay, again, right here, see where this triangle is here? That's going to end up probably being completely filled up because it's such a small space. I'm just going to go ahead and color that. Then I'm going to take and I am going to round off these corners. Where they're sharp pointed, I'm going to round them off. And then you color them in. You don't want all them white spaces because if you leave it, that's more sharp points. All right, I'm going to, let's go over here just for the fun of it. I'm going to finish all those, but just for the fun of it, we're going to go ahead. We're going to go here, round this. We're going to round this here. We're going to round this here and color it in because we don't want any sharp points. You see how my lines after I did that, there's kind of like how do you say that? Where it ends abruptly, however you say that word, because I didn't stay good on the line. You want to straighten that. Okay, right here, we're going to take these corners and round them. Now that's probably just going to be filled in there. And it's going to look somewhat and you think, oh, but that's taking a lot of time. It does take time, and sometimes you have to really concentrate to get your lines smoothed out and all of your corners rounded. Okay, there's a little, and it don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead, since that's a small space, I'm going to color that in. I'm going to round these sections here. Color it in. Anywhere lines touch, you want to round out the sharp points. Now, I am going to leave the link to the video in the description if you would like to go check it out. And they say the reason for taking the sharp points off is because, all right, they first start out telling you to get a problem or situation on your mind that you would like to see solved, and, you know, they tell you about that. But they tell you the reason for taking the sharp points off of these is we want to smooth out our lives. We don't want any jagged points in our lives. We don't want any, you know, things that ends abruptly and harshly, and you know, we want things smoothed out in our life. And so it's something to do with working with your brain and your brain seeing these sharp points smoothed out and rounded off. And guys, just doing this, I can feel some stress relief already in my mind. You know, it's kind of early for me. It's around noon, and I've been up for a while. I've been doing a little diamond painting and coloring. You know, I did my cover page on this book. And Macy, my dog, she can stress me out in a hurry. But I feel sorry for her, so I go ahead and do it. But she loves to play with her toys. And I had to put them outside so I could do this video. But when the toys are in the house, she can smell them out. Even if I hide them when she's not in the room, she can smell them out. You know, she's a dog. She has a good sniffer. And she can find where I've put them. And even if they're up high on a shelf, she can find them. And she will stand there and bark until I can't take her barking anymore. And I'll get it. So that stresses me out. So then, if I have them inside with us, she's constantly, she never gives up. She's constantly playing and wanting me, bringing it to me, jumping up on my legs, wanting me to get her toy and throw it far. And, you know, I understand she's a young, energetic dog, and she don't have any other playmates. You know, we don't have any other dogs in the house. And so she gets, you know, she gets lonesome and wants to play. So, but it stresses me out when she's constantly jumping up on me and wanting me to throw the ball, and I get stressed. And then just things of life in general, just, I have gotten to where I hate leaving the house. And so when I know, even a couple of days in advance, when I know that I'm going to have to leave the house in a couple of days, it stresses me to the max. And so there's a lot of things that stresses me. I have high anxiety, and I'm actually on a medication for that. You know, but medication sometimes don't completely, you know, it helps you, but it doesn't completely take away your anxiety. Yeah, I will, just as soon as I get through. And I'm not going to be too long. And so, yeah, I'll come in there. So, you know, just things stress me out. But just doing this and talking to y'all, I can feel like my mind, well, before this, my mind was kind of like in a frenzy. You know, Macy wanting me to play with her. You know, I'm my mother's caregiver, as y'all know, and just like every time I start a video, she comes up and interrupts it. So that's why I say my videos are always going to be interrupted in one form or the other. I love my mother to death, and I'm going to take care of her. It's not that, you know, I don't want to take care of her, but it is stressful at times. And, you know, with my anxiety, sometimes even on being on medication, sometimes it's more than my mind feels like it can handle, and my mind feels like it's going to explode. But I can come in here and work on this. It's supposed to take you a while to do this. That's, you know, that's the purpose of it. And you just go through all of your drawing, and you round out all of these little sharp, anywhere lines connect, you take the sharpness off of it, the harshness, so to speak, off of it, and you smooth it out, and you can actually feel relief whenever you have a stressful feeling. And now I do have to go help my mom. Sorry, guys. I do not know what has happened to my phone. It will not let me. It did last 20 minutes this time. It has been cutting off at 10 minutes. But I went back and checked the video that I just, first part of this video, I went back and checked it. And it did go 20 minutes before it cut off. But I don't know why it won't just let me do a video however long I want to do it. I've cleared it out. I've cleared the memory. I've done, I don't know what to do to make it just do as long as I want it to do. But anyway, I was really saying some profound things that I felt like you needed to hear after it cut off. But, you know, once you in that mood and you're doing that video and you're saying those things, and then it cuts off on you like that, it's really hard to go back and pick that up again. So it ended where I was saying I had to go help my mom, so I don't remember what I had said after that. But anyway, I wanted to share this with y'all guys. I will have the link in the description below if you want to go check out the video or one of the videos. I've watched several videos, but this one that I linked is a shorter version of what I have seen and kind of tells you in full in a shorter version of what it's all about. If you want to, you know, search some more videos, that's fine. But I just wanted to share this with you. I was saying that this is going to be my Neurographic Art book, and you probably will be seeing, you know, quite a few of my projects that I do. And like I said, this page is not finished, and this is the page I did on camera. So I was saying that when you I don't know if this part was on video or not, but if you look at this drawing here where it's not finished, you know, I've got to still round corners over here. But if you look at this section that I have finished, it's just smooth flowing. It's like it's easy going. This section over here that I don't have the connections rounded, and even the lines that's going off of the page, I made broader lines and made them kind of flared out where it wouldn't just be harshly you know, stopped. You can see the difference just looking at this. You can see the difference of the smooth, easy filling here compared to the harshness over here. And they talk about that this is like your brain. They even show the brain cells and how your brain cells looks very similar. Has these places here. It has no sharp points. It's a lot of different, you know, things. And in some of the videos I've watched, they even showed like the brain, like the cells and all. And they talk about, you know, smoothing these harshness out, and that it helps you. And it really does. I look at this side and it's just harshness. I look at this side and it's just smooth and easy going. And it really helps your stress and your thoughts. And so I just really wanted to add that in there. And all that time that I was a kid and I was making the 8. And let me show you. I want to do it on here. And I really do. I want to do it on here and show you an example. And then I will add to it later. But what I'm talking about, I made an 8, is I would just take my pencil. and I would make an 8. And I would just do it all like this, over and over on my page, just making an 8. But with this, you can't, you know, you don't want no lines stopping. Okay, I'm gonna, for an example, say you made a line going through here. You don't want it just stopping like that. You want to have it where you can end it and make your flare down here. And any sharp points, now I'm going to go back through this and I'm going to round all these sharp corners. And then if I see I want some more lines maybe going that way, I will finish it up like I want it and color it. So, yeah, I wanted to share that with y'all. I'm going to get off of here. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk with you later. Bye.